Well guys, welcome back to the farm. Bit of a late start to the week this week. It's already Thursday and we finally are out here in the field. I had other stuff to do and we were trying to get ready, etc. But we are finally here sowing some alfalfa and oats in this field. We got the Land Pride no-till drill, although obviously we are sowing into tilled ground. I got the Agco white on the drill. I was hoping to have the GPS working, but that didn't happen. Hopefully we'll have it for corn, but yeah, I'm just not really sure what's going on with it. Not having much luck having it communicate, the tablet communicate to the GPS, but we'll figure that out eventually. So for now, we just got to get this grass seed planted. So there we go. Well, we're getting there. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not. There's this little strip right there, strip here. Gotta get some wider up that way, but we're freaking away at it. I just got out to check see how much seed we got left. We're getting down there, so I don't know. I might need to grab a couple more bags. Lots of alfalfa though. I put a bag in that already. So yeah, I had to fix one of them rows earlier. I must have hit a rock, I guess, and kicked it sideways a bit. So I just loosened these bolts off here and straightened it back out and tightened them back down. So it's been all right since. Well, that's it. Job done. Put this thing away now. It's gonna rain tomorrow, so cutting her close. It's about 6 p.m. So we've had a load of feed delivered early this morning, milking time, and now I got to get these bags in. So we'll just haul these in the barn. So our dairy feed we get in bulk in a tank, but our feed for the heifers we get in bags, and I also got a couple of steers here now, 3 of them, so I got a little bit of feed for them too. So, oh, and milk replacer of course, and sometimes there's other stuff in here, but yeah, so you just gotta haul it in the barn and pack it away. So there's gonna be a bag or 2 of starter in here, and this is one. I just don't know how many. Milk replacer. So without getting into a whole lecture on what and how we feed the animals, basically there's 3 kinds of feed here. It's all Purina, but there's fast start, which is what we feed around weaning, like trying to get them from the milk replacer to just feed and hay and water. So we feed starter first, and then once they're weaned, we'll switch to heifer max. So there's Probably a bag or two of starter in here, and then the rest will be heifer max, and then these green tags, that's beef builder for those steers I mentioned. That's where we put them, just pile them up here. I'm trying to kind of make separate piles, like the heifer max here. This is the beef builder. I found 2 bags of starter, I put them aside for now, and the milk replacer will go here. So I moved the old bag out of the way. All right, that's the feed in. So since I'm here, I'll show you guys a little update on where the silage is at. So this is the corn silo. You can see it's down there. I don't know if it's quite to the bottom of this door. Maybe if I reach over, you guys can tell me. Is it to the bottom of the door? Probably close. So it starts right about there where my foot is. So it's only about, I don't know, 18 inches, 2 feet, maybe. Maybe, a little bit more, I don't know. About that left in it. And this one here, let me open this door. I don't want to knock the thing in, but you can see it right there. That's a little bit higher, maybe the top of the door. No, a little bit lower than that, maybe. So it's getting down there, but it's, heading for the end of May now. It's 23rd today, so we're in good shape. The cows will be going out on grass soon anyway, so yeah, good shape. All right, so I'm gonna grab the 885 here. We're going to put a couple bales of hay in the other end of the barn. So I'll take you along for the ride. Hey, Tuco, you gonna put hay in for me so I don't have to? Huh? Oh. You're a fat cat, aren't you? Hey, Tuco. You gonna see if there's any rodents in here and kill them for me? Huh? You gonna kill the rodents? I don't know if it was the winter or last fall, but at some point I welded this bushing in the quick attach bracket on this tractor, so I wouldn't have to put the whole bale spear frame on, and it worked pretty good. The welds were pretty ugly, but it's been holding up all right. I'm not the greatest welder in the world, but the welds on the backside were all right because I was able to lay the frame flat down and weld it, but I had to weld the other ones the way it's sitting here right now, the front side here. And yeah, it was not good. But anyway, like I said, it's holding, so what could you ask for? All right, let's go get a couple bales of hay. left it there in the woods, or along the edge of the woods. I'm telling you this so that you can tell me where it is when I need to use it again and I've forgotten. But, yeah, it's just one of them things you could just throw it in the nettles and forget about it until you need it again. Don't do it no harm. Doesn't exactly need to be put away anywhere inside. So yeah, that's the drag. Until next time. All right, we're gonna work at the 1594 here for a little bit. I've got it pretty much back together. I'll turn the camera around and show you guys a better view here. So I got the whole thing reassembled. I did a short the other day. The bearing, I must have spun at some point. I don't really know why, but it must have spun at some point in this housing here. It was just loose, so not really a whole lot I could do about it. I didn't have any retaining compound. I might have used that, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna have to come apart again anyway, put new bearings in it, and we're probably gonna have to find another housing. There's a few around. I see them on eBay and that, so not a big deal. We'll get that. We'll probably get another housing for the other side too, just in case. That's the same. I don't know. That side's not leaking or anything, so I haven't touched that side. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, it's all back together. I have to put a little bit more gear oil in there. I just didn't have enough, but I might as well just stick that cap back on loose for now. But yeah, right now I want to put this wheel center back on. So most of you guys that are familiar with these tractors, the David Browns and the Cases and all that, these tractors, you'll mostly see them with like the stamped steel centers on the wheels. But this being a North American spec tractor, they used these big cast centers and power adjust rims. Not my favorite thing. It's hard to say. I kind of go back and forth because in some ways I'd rather just have the regular stamped steel wheels. I think they look a lot better. But with the power adjust wheels, not that I'd ever use the power adjust on this one, but having that big cast piece for a little bit of extra weight is nice. You know, these are a fairly light tractor and a little bit of extra weight doesn't hurt. But yeah, the power adjust wheels are a bit of a pain in the ass trying to get them back together. And this one's going to be even a bigger pain in the ass because the stops are seized on, like the pins in them are seized into the stops and I can't get them off without cutting them off. And I meant to get new ones, but I didn't. So I gotta kind of finagle it back together. But anyway, it is what it is. So we're gonna put that cast center back on and yeah, just piece this thing back together. I've also been messing around with the cab a little bit on it. I got the floor mat out because I put a HydroShift relocation kit on it. So the HydroShift lever is usually here and I moved it over to there, right here. This is the lever. I did some video on it before. I think I'll edit it and try to make something out of it for a more in-depth thing. But I did want to fix some of the rust on this cab door, but I just don't have the time. So what I did was I cleaned it up and just painted it. You know, paint fixes everything. So the weather stripping is pretty bad too, so I just kind of siliconed it back on. I just put some duct tape around to hold it for now while the silicone dries. We got to throw the window back in. Obviously there's no window here, so, and then put the latch back on, and that's not a big deal. I put a new coolant temperature sensor on it. I got some other things I need to tidy up a little bit. This wiring really should be tidied up some, but I'm probably not going to get a chance to do that. I got to put a new hose on for the windshield washer. I know it's just something stupid, but I got to fix that. And yeah, I was going to put new belts on it, and I probably will yet, but I don't have them yet in stock here, so we'll have to get some new belts. And yeah, just kind of this little things. Oh yeah, I got the air cleaner off. I got to put that back on. I was doing something with that too. So just a bunch of little things to kind of piece back together and get this thing back up and running and put it to work. Alright, that's the center on. You can see there's an adapter and then the center. This would be the same one as like on a 970, I think, case, or like a 2090 or something like that, like an American style case. So I gotta paint those clamps. They go right here. You can see them on this side. I don't really want to tackle trying to get that wheel over anyway right now. I forgot about painting those, but I don't want to tackle getting this on myself anyway because this tire is loaded, so it's pretty heavy, and I don't really want to end up on the floor underneath it. So we'll have some help, but yeah, that's about as far as we can go with that for now. So we got other stuff we can do though. So this tractor, being a what you'd call North American spec, didn't have some of the features that the English and European versions did. And one of those things is stabilizers on the 3-point hitch. They had a type of, I don't know what you call them, like a hammer strap or something like that. Not a hammer strap, sway blocks. Oh, I said hammer strap. But it had sway blocks on them, on the 3-point hitch arms, and there's plates that you could move over that were like, you can't see in the camera, they were like right about here on this side of the arm. And that was how they limited the travel on the 3-point hitch from side to side. But on the English tractors sold in the UK, I assume Europe, I'm not sure, they would have had actual sway bars, and this is where the brackets bolted on. Now the holes are here, and they were plugged with plastic plugs, but I still need to clean the threads out on them, I guess. So we'll clean them out with this tap, and then we can bolt on the brackets. So I have one bracket I got from Barkley Williams. They're in the UK. It probably came off of a 1690 or a 1594 or a 1694, and they put some paint on it and sell it, but I only got the one. They were supposed to send me two, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I only got one. But we can put the one on for now and do the other side whenever Stuart emails me back and tells me he sent me out my other bracket. So I'll just do this, and I'll bring you back when we go to put the bracket on. Alright, so here's the bracket from Barkley Williams. Definitely used. I mean, I can see some wear in it right there, and whatever happened to the hole, but it should still function. I'm just gonna figure out how it goes on. I'm guessing like that. brought the impact over, but I don't know. I don't think I can get the impact on. I have to use a wrench, I guess. Meow. There we go. I'm also not sure if these bolts are going to be too long or not. We'll see. Okay, I gotta grab a spanner. Probably should have painted this first. It kind of sticks out, but oh well. I think the bolt length was all right. Alright, I'll tighten them up. I'm running out of battery, so I'll tighten them up and I'll bring you. Alright, so there it is. That's one side on. That's a updated stabilizer bar. Like the originals weren't like that, I don't think, but I'm gonna have to grind a little bit off of the side of that stabilizer, the eye right here to fit the full size pin in it. But other than that, I mean, that'll make a big difference. You got all the holes for adjustment. I can take the pin out of the slotted section and put it in a other section, make it solid if I want. Yeah, pretty good improvement over the sway blocks or whatever you call them. All right, so it's the next day. It is Saturday now. It is just after lunch, 1:30 maybe. As you can probably hear in my voice, I now have the cold, so that's awesome. Feeling real good. So probably not going to get a whole lot of work done in here today. But I want to show you guys. So the seat in this thing is pretty well knackered. As you can tell, the cushions and the foam, and like the foam in the cushions, I should say, and the fabric is just pretty well shot. It's missing an armrest. It's a piece of crap. So a few years ago, Dad bought a seat out of a John Deere. I think it might be out of a, I don't know, like a 6400 or 7400 or something. I don't know. It's right here on the floor anyway. So there it is, complete seat for a John Deere. It's not an air seat, it's just a mechanical seat, and it does have the green stripes and knobs and stuff on it, but I just really don't care. It's going to be better than what's in there now anyway. So yeah, I'll have to live with the green, I guess, but whatever, it'll be all right. So we're going to take this seat out. I should have did this last year. I don't know why I didn't. We're going to take that seat out and put that seat in. So yeah, I had the seat out of it last year. I don't know why I didn't do it then. I should have, but whatever. So as far as the rest of the tractor goes, I haven't really done anything else since I showed you guys last, I don't think. I tried to put the new windshield washer hose on, but I bought the wrong size. So I gotta get a new one. And yeah, that was about as far as I got, I guess. Oh, and I took my duct tape off of the door here, so everything's set up fine. I just got to wash the, I don't know what I did with it now. Well, whatever I did with it, I gotta wash the, oh, here it is. I found it. I want to wash this rubber that goes around the glass and goes in the door, and I'll lubricate it up with some dish soap, and then we can get the glass and the rubber back in. That's not the original rubber. I fought with myself back and forth, but I have some extra ones. I just had to switch it out because it was just so cracked and just stiff, and it was going to be a nightmare to get it back in anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find some more, because I don't know if I have enough good extra ones for the 1394 when I go to put the glass in those doors. If you don't know, the 1394 has almost the exact same cab. The only difference being the floor in it, which actually I should mention, since I'm here ranting and raving, I guess. So the 1394, if you guys remember, I had to cut the whole floor out of it because somebody had grafted the 1394 floor onto a 1494 cab. So this cab on the 1594 is identical to a 1494 cab. They're both the same. They got the flat floor, as you can tell. There's no hump in the middle at all. And the 1394, if I show you guys over here, there's some stuff here, but you can see right here, there's a hump, just like 2 inches or 2.5 inches in the floor. So that cab there on the floor, that cab there started out as a 1494 cab like this one, and then they modified the floor with parts of the old 1394 cab, and then I had to fix it because it was done just so poorly. But anyway, that's the deal. So just as an aside, I guess, for those wondering. But yeah, so it's pretty much the same thing. So the doors are all the same on these cabs. These were David Brown built cabs based on the Secura design. The 90 series case David Brown's used a Secura Explorer cab, and then the David Brown cab was a variation of that. So yeah, but they were built by David Brown, not Secura. So that's the deal there. So anyway, yeah, that's probably going to be about it for me today. I just don't have the energy to do anything right now, so whatever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in next week's video. Hopefully this thing will be back out next week. And I don't know, we got more field work to do. It's been raining the last few days. So, yesterday afternoon and this morning it kind of rained. So everything's kind of wet right now. I wait for it to dry out a little bit again, then we get back on the fields. So that's kind of what's up and what you can look forward to in the next video. So thanks for watching.